Hey guys, I'm Tracy. Welcome to Just Dig It Farms. This has been another super busy weekend. Jean's mom and dad came down Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they left this morning, which is Monday. I had to work Saturday, but we got a lot accomplished this weekend thanks to their help. We did the second harvest of honey this year, which is our last. We won't take any more honey from the bees. Everything else will be left for them to get through the winter. And that is a pretty intense job. First of all, we have to get everything clean. We have to get all the equipment prepped and cleaned and ready. And then we have to go out to the bee yard and take the honey from the bees, which they are never happy about that. They always get really mad at us, and that makes it pretty intense. Then we have to bring all of that honey into the house, and we uncap it, and we put it in the extractor, and we sling the honey, and then we have to filter it, and then all the jars have to be washed and sterilized in the lids, and then we let the honey sit in the 5-gallon food grade buckets for a day or two, and that just lets all the air rise to the top, and that helps to keep the honey from crystallizing quicker. Gets all the oxygen out of the honey. And then we have to bottle it all up, and then you have to wash all the bottles off, and then we put all the labels on there. So harvesting honey is a big process. It's very messy. My whole entire kitchen gets covered in honey and sticky. The truck is covered in honey and sticky. All the door handles, the floor, the countertops, the cabinet knobs, everything is just a sticky mess. And it's still a sticky mess in here. I've been working this morning on trying to clean some of it up and trying to get the honey bottled, and it's just a big mess. Harvesting honey makes a big mess. So we've got all of our honey that we're gonna be taking for the year, and I've still gotta finish bottling and labeling and everything. But the messiest part and the hardest part of the job is done. So this second honey harvest, we've ended up with about 25 gallons of honey. And the first honey harvest this year, I think it was around 25 or 30 gallons of honey then too. I'll have to look in my book and see, but it was somewhere around in there too. So I'm figuring we've probably ended up with about right around 60 pounds of honey this year, which is the most we've ever got. So I'm pretty happy about that. And all of our hives are healthy. So we're going strong with 12 hives. So I'm happy about that. We're taking our second harvest of the year. This will be our last one. All the rest of the honey that the bees make the rest of the summer and fall, we'll just leave for them. So that'll be their food source and stores for the winter time. We finished that side yesterday. We ended up with 15 pounds of honey from that side. And we're gonna finish this side today. And we'll probably get about the same amount, about another 15 pounds. How's it look? Beautiful. Jean's mom and dad also harvested probably 5 or 6 bushels of corn. And while I was at work Saturday, they shucked corn, they got all the silk off the corn, washed it, blanched it, cut it off the cob. And when I got home that night, we bagged it all up and used the vacuum seal. And we probably had about 26 bags of corn cut off the cob that we put up in the freezer. So I took half and they took half. And our bags were like 4-cup bags. So that's a lot of corn.
I'm gonna have me some corn on the cob. Woohoo! And cream corn too.
Are you gonna work all day tomorrow cutting that corn off the cob for us?
Yeah. Is this for you or me?
It's for both of us.
Well, you better get to picking, son.
We share.
Fernie, she is out here shucking some corn. Huh. And old Rocky B's out there with her.
She got a toothbrush, an unused one. I could take it and go over this and get these
Silks out.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on to the shucking party.
Yeah.
We're having a time at Just Dig It Farm, shelling peas, putting up corn, shucking it. Gonna pick some watermelon. Gonna make some blueberry syrup and jam. We got it going on down here. We just busy all the time.
We still got lots more corn out there, so that's good.
How many
Freezer's already.
bushels is that?
Oh, look there. Get it clean and ready. That's what I'm talking about.
Sending that to. Woo-hoo. You and Dad better get yourselves out here.
What do you think, Rocky? You gonna give us some corn? What are you doing?
Now, join the party.
Got a little process going. We've still got a pile of corn outside. We've been shucking the corn. Here's what we've shucked some, and we're gonna give all this to the chickens. That's where I've already cut it off the cob. And we've still got a pile of corn out here that we've still got to do. But come look at this. We've got a little process going here where that's the corn that we've shucked so far, and we've got it here, and then Pop and Mom have been getting the silks off in water, and then over here is where we're putting it in the We're blanching them for a little while in there, about 4.5 minutes, and then we'll put them over here in cold water, rinsing them off, cooling them off, and then we bring them over here, and I take the electric knife and cut it up. And here is, look at that, isn't that awesome? And then we're going to take that and put it in vacuum seal bags, about 2 cups. Store it up.
So we got a lot of corn put up in our freezers this weekend thanks to Pop and Mom. Now I showed you before about how you can just take the whole shuck and everything and put it in a garbage bag and put it in your freezer. Just pull it out, pop it in the microwave for a few minutes, and it's really good. But my freezer is getting full and I don't have much more room in there for all of this other food that I'm still putting up. So we had to cut it off the cob to make room in our freezers for it. They didn't get all the corn done either, so there was a lot of corn still left that still needed to be shucked and dealt with. So I've been working on that this morning. Also, while I was at work Saturday, Gene and Pop went out into the woods and cut down about 20 cedar logs. He didn't film any of it for me, but he cut down 20 cedar logs and brought them home, and we've got them out there on the trailer. We're gonna use some of those cedar logs for like corner posts for a fence that we're building and for a shelter that we're building because we have a new addition coming to the farm. So it's a surprise, but I think the end of next week, if we can get the fence and the shelter built, we're gonna be going and picking up our new addition. So I'm super, super excited. Surprise visit from Pop's brother, Gene's Uncle Karl. He came for just a little while, ate lunch with us. We got to visit with him and talk to him for a little bit. Uncle Karl is the one who gave us one of our water catchment systems earlier this spring and gave Gene a big box of tools. He's always blessing us with something for the farm. And he is just a good guy, and we just love getting to spend time with him and talking to him. So we were excited about his visit.
Yeah, okay, thank you. There we go. You got it figured out, don't you? And then she's got a little catchment area, and she can use that.
Hey, somebody's up. Look at it.
We're on camera. That's my husband's brother, Karl.
Karl Britnell.
What is that little thing you got there?
His video camera.
Oh, Lord, you got No, don't say it.
Give us some words of wisdom, Uncle Karl.
Hey, you look like y'all got all the wisdom. You can look around there. See these right here and everything like this?
Uh-huh.
I've got one that coming off my barn. It goes in 2 550-gallon barrels.
Awesome.
I got one just a little bit higher than the other one where I can drain it down low to this one down here.
Uh-huh.
And I've got a pump on it. It was too much. And I hooked 3 sprinklers to it. And hooked it up to that line right there, and it going down to the hose pipe, 3 hose pipes down there. They one of them, boom, it blew that thing all to pieces. Collects a lot of water.
Yeah.
That right there will too.
I know, it's amazing how much water you get.
It is. And it don't take with just one good rain, it'll fill them things up.
I know.
I bought that doggone thing, and I thought I'm gonna put it up there, with other barrels and everything, And I got it there and set it down beside it, and I said, what did I need that for? What did I get it for?
Got it for just dig it farms.
Yeah. And then it just sat there, and then I thought about Junior. I said, doggone, I'm going to get back to Junior.
Well, we appreciate
y'all, they
it.
use it down there at the farm.
Oh yeah, we use it.
So I'm glad y'all do.
Also this weekend, I picked a whole bunch of purple whole peas, and Pop and Mom and I sat and shelled peas while watching TV one night late, and she took the peas home with her, and she's gonna can those and put those up for me. So right now I've got all this corn I gotta take care of. My kitchen is still a super sticky, disastrous mess. It's just driving me nuts. And I've got elderberries and blueberries waiting on me in the orchard that I've got to try to get out there and get before the birds get them all. Garden needs picking. There's tomatoes, there's peppers, there's peas, there's cucumbers. There's still a lot more to pick in the garden. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the garden. The orchard needs a lot of work. Everything is a mess out here. Everything needs pruning. All the beds need weeding, fertilizing. Just a mess. So look how beautiful these little limes are. So pretty. My little ornamental dwarf blueberry has made blueberries. And they're really pretty good. They're just tiny, really tiny, but they're really good. Lots of them on here too. Look at these lime lights over here. They're beautiful too. So pretty. My roses need pruning. My protege garden is a jungle nightmare mess out here. We've been so busy harvesting honey and vegetables and fruit, I just haven't had time to get out here and do maintenance. I've got tomatoes to pick. Some of the plants are finished. Like the zucchini, the squash is pretty much over. So I've got to get out here and pull these things. It is time to start prepping for the fall garden. See, my zucchini's finished. This zucchini and squash has done amazing this year. That one over there, still producing squash. But it has really done amazing this year. We've got a lot of squash off of these few plants. No squash bugs, no squash vine borers. The only issue I've had is some powdery mildew. So I really think that the companion planting with the nasturtiums and the borage and the radish seeds on my hills, I think that did a good job. This thing's still trying to make zucchini here. I had planted a couple of squash a little bit later here, so they're just now coming on. So that's good. I'll have squash for a little bit longer. My basil, I've harvested a good bit of basil and dried it. This basil right here, I'm just letting it go to flower and seed for my pollinators. But this basil here is the one that I'm using, and some basil over there. But I'm gonna harvest this and make some pesto with it. We like pesto and pasta and different things. But look at this. This is a jungle. This is a jungle. Look at all those purple whole peas I gotta get out here and pick again. And we just put up a whole bunch. But this is purple whole peas, sweet potatoes, zinnias, black-eyed Susan vine. My borage and my calendula is playing out. It's getting too hot for it and it's playing out. I'm trying to just collect all the flowers that I can from this before it completely plays out. But I can plant it again this fall, so that'll be good. But look how pretty these zinnias are. I love this Queen Lime series. I love it, love it. I planted this very intensely, and now I can't hardly get to my beans. But I haven't had any trouble with weeds. I can't really find my cucumbers down there. I didn't do a good job of training them up my trellis. Now I can't find them in the jungle of peas and sweet potatoes. I have this here just to be able to have a place to set all my things on when I come out here to work. And my peas have taken over. And I like it. I think it looks pretty. My sunflowers have died. One of the storms knocked them over, and I tried to pull them up and save them, but it didn't work for long. My medicinal garden is growing pretty good. Look at this Hansa rose. See, I've got to get out here and pull up California poppies and stuff that's over. This is Spacey's blueberry. Look down there at the corn and the watermelon. We've still got a whole bunch of corn left to pick, and we haven't even started picking our watermelons yet. The okra's coming on. The sunflowers are just yucky this year. The flower's pretty, but the foliage and the stems look terrible. Here's all my okra that finally came up and is doing great, but I need to come in and cut off all the lower limbs so that all the energy is not going into foliage, and it's going to go into producing fruit, which is coming. It's in there, a baby okra. All of that over there is the sun hemp that's coming up like mad. We've been feeding it a lot to Amos and the chickens. They love it. And this bed is my pole beans and my sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are going crazy, looking good. My pole beans are kind of done already. They don't look too good, but they've produced a lot of beans. And then over here, I've got different kinds of beans in here. This is the bed the armadillo got, and it just looks terrible. I've got kale that needed to be out of there a long time ago. My roses are going wild and need to be trained. The grass needs to be cut. Everything is a mess out here, just a mess. The garden shed's a mess. So much to do, so much to do. But look how beautiful this is. Look at that red zinnia. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these pink ones. I just love zinnias. I love them. They're so happy. Here's more okra coming up, and this will be later than my okra in my other bed, so that'll be good. It won't all be coming at me at one time. And this is that Alabama red okra. Oh yeah, it's coming. Won't be long. And I'm gonna have a lot of okra to put up. Oh, there's some in there. Yay, there's some that's ready. Oh, good, that's perfect. I need to come pick that and get those tomatoes. Look at my rose going crazy. I have got to get that pruned back a little bit and trained a little better. I got peppers to pick. This is that amaranth that I planted with my peppers and eggplants. It's supposed to really help with flea beetles, and look what's going on here. This is the amaranth, and look, the flea beetles have just devoured it. That's flea beetle damage right there. And look, here's my pepper right beside it. No flea beetle damage. I guess it's working. So it's like a trap crop. They go to the amaranth instead of the peppers. Very cool. I would say this is working pretty good. These are my poblano peppers, which I really like these peppers. I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna stuff them with cream cheese. And I really don't know how to do it. I don't know what all you use, but I'll find a good recipe. We like stuffed peppers though. And these are hot, hot, hot peppers. I don't eat this hot stuff, Jean does. Here's some cream peas. And they are ready to be picked. Now this is that okra that's supposed to be that climbing okra. And it was the climbing okra seed. I didn't plant any other okra seed over here. But this is not climbing okra. So I don't know what happened. There's a few grass and weeds in here, but not much. I haven't weeded hardly any at all this year, and it's not that bad. It's a jungle out here. Gotta get this garden whipped in shape and start preparing some spots for fall garden. We've got a lot going on, and there's a lot to get done. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this weekend. I want to just take a moment and tell you all how grateful and thankful Jean and I are for each and every one of y'all. We really enjoy your comments, your encouraging and sweet words, and just your comments, your ideas, your thoughts, what you guys are doing. I love reading about what you all are doing in your part of the world, in your garden, and I'm just really loving this little community that we're developing here. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we put up a video. And I would love for you guys just to join us on our farm journey and join our little community here that we're developing. Thank you all so much. God bless you, and I'll catch you on the next video.